Welcome to the January 3rd Council meeting. If you'd please stand, Mayor Pro Tem Comstock is going to lead us in the flag salute this evening.
Thank you, Mayor. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please join me in saluting our nation's flag? Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Our first presentation this evening is the 2022 Chino Youth Parade competition winners. We have 3 overall winners, and as I announce who they are, I would like the representatives to come up for a presentation. The first is Best Use of Theme, which was the American Heritage Girls Troop 3130. Ladies, would you please come up? We have Troop Coordinator Stacy Yoshida and Vice Coordinator Crystal Torres. So we have a nice certificate here stating that you won Best of Use Theme. Would you like to explain to us what you did?
Sure. Oh, they have a picture of the float. That's so wonderful. So our girls and moms alike spent time decorating the float. We focused on the theme by doing a Macy's backdrop and letters to Santa.
Terrific. Would you like to introduce those 3 here this evening?
Sure. We have some members of our troop here tonight. We have Crystal Torres is our co-coordinator, my daughter, Madison Yoshida, my husband, who's also on board, that's John Yoshida. We have Savannah Torres. We have Brooklyn Torres. We have Anna True. We have Maureen Moser, who takes care of our badges. We have Elizabeth Moser, and we have Dakota Torres, and Evangeline Ho. It is hard to remember them all. Excuse me. And
thank you very much. And congratulations. Let's give me a big hand. Thank you very much. You're welcome. You're welcome. Now they want to get a picture. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Next winner is Best Overall Walker, which is Our Lady of Guadalupe Church. We weren't sure whether they were going to be here this evening. It was supposed to be Father Ed Gomez and Council Representative Ada Yaloa. Are they here this evening? Okay, apparently not. Let's go ahead and show the picture, and we'll also get a presentation to them. The next is Best Overall Float and Vehicle, which is Cub Scout Pack 205. I'd like to call it Cub Master Juan Franco. Hi. We have a certificate for you. And then there's your picture. Would you like to explain what you did?
Yeah, so we had a lot of help from our families, obviously, in the Scouts who participated in building our float. We made a giant sleigh, and we had it pulled by our rainbow instead of a reindeer. He's got his red nose and the antlers going. We also incorporated some of the Macy's kind of parade theme with the balloon that's being pulled by our walkers. And then we had kind of a cityscape in the background with Central Ave and Pack 205 as our cross streets.
That's fantastic. Would you like to introduce your guests this evening?
Absolutely. So we have Isabella Franco, we have Andrew Franco, and then we have Maddox. And Maddox is one of our Lions, brand new members to the pack. But he was also part of our presentation that we got from you guys on the day of the event. So he was committed to being here as well.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for your participation. You did a fantastic job. And I have to warn you all, if you're ever at an event where there are, you know how you get the raffle tickets and you put them in little cans to see who wins, if the Francos are there, you're not going to win because they win everything. Right?
You remembered, didn't you?
Oh, yes. I did. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Next is the Mayor's Home Beautification Award for January. I'd like to call up Rick and Catherine Verduzco. They live at 13651 Barclay Place. Thank you for your continued improvement and maintenance of your home, resulting in a substantial contribution to the overall appearance of the community. I'd like to present you with this. Here is a picture of your home. Yes, well, thank goodness. One time I did that and it was the wrong picture. It was very embarrassing. Here we have 2 lapel pins for you, and we have 2 pen and pencil sets. Now, we have the coveted yard sign that will let everyone know that you're the winner of January.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Now, who maintains your home? Who does the maintenance?
Me. I am.
Fantastic. Would you like to say a few
Sure.
words?
I'd like to thank the city of Chino for the recognition of this award. I will probably put this in front of my lawn and display it wherever. I do. We take a lot of pride in our home, and we've been there since '92, so it's our forever home. So,
Where did you come from?
we came from West Covina.
Oh, okay.
So,
Thank you for being
I
one of
think,
our neighbors.
thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Prior to the council meeting, we did have closed session. I'd like to ask our attorney to give us a report out of that meeting.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, members of the council, and all of those present. As the mayor mentioned, the city council met in closed session, held a discussion on the following 3 items, beginning with item number 1, City of Chino versus GH Dairy and additional parties, conference with existing council, existing litigation. City council received a briefing from the Silver and Wright law firm representatives, provided direction, and no further reportable action was taken. Item number 2, again, conference with legal counsel, existing litigation, the matter of City of Chino versus Jin Yun Wang and additional parties. Again, the city council received a briefing from the Silver and Wright law firm representatives on that matter, provided direction, no further reportable action was taken. And finally, item number 3, city council held a discussion on that item, which is a conference with legal counsel, 1 item of anticipated litigation under the heading initiation of litigation. City council received an update of the status of that matter, and no further reportable action was taken. That concludes the report out of closed session.
Okay, thank you very much. City Manager Wright, do we have any additions or revisions to our agenda?
No changes, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Next on the agenda is public announcements. This is the time and the place for the general public to address the council about issues that are not anywhere else on the agenda. But first, we'll go through some announcements. Chino Senior Center New Year's Bingo. The Chino Senior Center, in collaboration with the Chino Senior Centers Club, is hosting its annual New Year's Bingo on Friday, January 6th. The event will include bingo games, dinner, and exciting prizes. Doors open at 1:15 p.m. and bingo begins at 2 p.m. Tickets are on sale now for $20 a person or $25 at the door. For more information, please call 909-334-3271. Children's Discovery Workshop. Also, for all our parents out there, make sure you come on out to the Children's Discovery Workshop on Saturday, January 21st from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Chino Community Garden located at 5976 Riverside Drive to learn more about how you can clean your garden for a new spring season. This is a free event, but space is limited, so please make sure you register by visiting cityofchino.org/children's discovery. For all questions, please call 909-334-3478. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Additionally, we will please note that City Hall will be closed on Monday, January 16th, in observation of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. City Hall will reopen the following day, Tuesday, January 17th, at its regular operating hours of 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And last, we will be adjourning in memory of Isaiah Cordero. We sadly will be adjourning in the memory of Riverside County Sheriff's Deputy Isaiah Cordero, who was killed in the line of duty during a traffic stop in Jurupa Valley on Thursday, December 29th. Deputy Cordero was 32 years old and began his career with the Riverside County Sheriff's Department in 2014, and recently earned his position as a motor deputy assigned to Jurupa Valley. Deputy Cordero was described as a positive, energetic, and caring deputy that was entirely committed to serving the community and his colleagues. As a community that supports and cares for law enforcement personnel and their families, the loss of Deputy Cordero is devastating. And I know that the Chino community, as well as the City Council, will continue to support the Chino Police Department, as well as our neighboring law enforcement agencies. Our prayers go out to the Cordero family during this incredibly difficult time, and we collectively thank Deputy Cordero and his family for the heroic service he has given to his community. Our first written request to speak this evening is Chaplain Marco Miranda from the Chino Valley Fire Department. He's going to lead us in invocation. I invite all those who would like to join us to please stand.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council, attendees. First of all, I'd like to wish everybody a blessed new year, and let's pray. Father God, I do thank you for your grace, your mercy, the great love that you have shown us. I ask your blessings upon this meeting tonight. I pray that you would help the council to make good decisions that would honor and please you as they do the business of the city here. I also want to lift up the first responders, Chino Valley Fire and paramedics, and the Chino Police Department. And we pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Chaplain. Next written request to speak is Julia Cabrera from the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce.
I feel like I forgot how to do this. Happy New Year's, everyone. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, and city staff. I first want to say thank you so much for being part of our Chino Valley Leadership Collaborative. Our day in Chino was fantastic, so I really appreciate your support and being there, and the city staff was so sweet and informative. I know our group really appreciates it. And I want to thank Chino PD as well. We had a great time there as well. The facility is beautiful, and I know our businesses really appreciate you keeping our city safe. So a couple events for the new year. On January 25th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., we have our very first job fair of the year. So we really encourage job seekers and any other industries and various organizations to show up if they are looking for employees. And another thing to announce is that we have our new business workshops that we host every week on Wednesdays, and those are always at the Chino Hills Community Center every Wednesday, but we're doing double now, so we'll be doing 2 workshops. The new dates are to be announced, so I would recommend anyone checking out our website. And then last thing I just want to say is thank you to Chris Flores for being there today to welcome our new business into the community, Irma and Hijos. It's a great family business, so it's always nice to see like families grow within the Chino Valley. So that's all I have.
Julie, where will the job fair be held?
That's also at the Chino Hills Community Center.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, is there anyone else in the audience that would like to address the council about an item that is not on the agenda? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on. First item of action is consent calendar. Do any council members wish to have any items pulled? Okay, seeing none, then I would entertain a motion and a second. Motion from Councilperson Flores, second by Councilperson Lucio. Oops. Can we redo that, Natalie? I hit the wrong button. Okay. Go ahead again, please. Sorry about that. Okay, and Curtis, you have to vote again. Okay, that passes unanimously. Next on the agenda is new business, item number 8. This is to adopt resolution number 2023-004, amending sworn classification salary and benefits. Staff report this evening will be provided by our city manager, Linda Reich.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, members of the council. Resolution number 2023-004, presented tonight for your consideration, offers an opportunity for the Chino Police Department to continue to thrive as a premier agency that is both sought after and staffed by the highest caliber of sworn law enforcement personnel in the region. Vacancies in our police department have become a matter of serious concern. Between December of 2021 and December of 2022, 10 officers left the department. 6 of those individuals did so despite their loyalty, but because they were sought after by other public employers that offered them incentives such as better pay, shorter commutes, family health, medical care, promotional opportunities, and other opportunities. To gauge the PD's position, an independent study was conducted which found that compared to the 11 police agencies in our candidate pool, Chino ranked 9th out of 11. Despite our reputation for exceptional police work, the Chino Police Department currently sits among the lowest compensated law enforcement agencies in the area. Officers who plan to have a lifetime career with the Chino Police Department are leaving for better economic opportunities. Resolution 2023-004 provides a compensation package that includes the Chino Police Department's sworn employees as number 3 among our comparable city agencies. It situates the department in a secure position to grow and maintain the workforce. Just as a side note, the City Council has always made sure that our police department has everything that they need to be a premier law enforcement agency. They have the best technology, they have the best training. Our employees in the police department are the heart of this city that keep us safe. And it's time that we do the right thing by them. So approving Resolution 2023-004, amending sworn classification salaries and benefits requires an appropriation of $1,524,902.72. So at this time, I'd ask the council to consider this resolution and authorize me to sign these contracts for our law enforcement.
Prior to council comments, I'd like to ask if there's anyone in the audience that would like to address the council on this item. Okay, seeing none, then I will turn it over to council comments. Kurt?
I do. I think this is long overdue. We have a top-notch police department, and it's second to none in this entire valley. I would even go further to say along the Pacific region of the United States. I've traveled, I've seen other police agencies. We have the best police department in the entire area. This is long overdue. I'm really happy that it has come to this, and this is something that needs to happen.
And we've always tried to stay in the top quartile, and we've slipped, but hopefully we're getting back to where we need to be. Karen?
I just want to echo the sentiments. I know people are going to accuse me of being biased with my former profession, but the Chino Police Department is second to none. And I talked about it when I led that police department, that we are one of the premier agencies in the state, and I believe that today. In addition to our training and our technology and the quality of employees that we recruit, it's important that we compensate them fairly and stay competitive in this realm, because we don't want for the Chino PD to become an area where we go to get recruits that stay for a short period of time and leave for better economic opportunities in other agencies. That cycle is devastating to any community once it starts. In addition to that, I just want to say that I want to thank staff for working on this. I know our Director of Human Resources had a lot to do with that, as well as the City Manager. I'm sorry that it got to this point, but your council today, and every member of this council is committed to correcting that and righting that ship moving forward. as well as Dr. Reich, I know that we're presently in a classification and compensation study, not just for the police department, but there is a strong likelihood that we've fallen behind in some of these other pay classifications and departments as well. And this council has spoken, even at the last budget workshop, that we want to recruit and retain the best qualified and best talent here in the city of Chino moving forward. So thank you to everybody. There's probably more to look at, with this moving forward. And I just want to thank everybody that worked on this, and thank you, Chino PD, and the members of the Chino PD for sticking with us while we got this figured out, and continue to keep doing your job and keeping us safe. Mark?
Well, I guess I'm not biased because I didn't come Chino PD, but I can tell you I came from a large agency, and we miss a lot because we're so big and our turnover is so great. And in our agency, in order for you to move on, you have to work different places. You can't stay in one location. But I will say that, being here, you guys do it right. Your community involvement is far superior to any of the stations that I've ever worked or any of the stations that I've seen. Your engagement with the community it's above everybody else's that I've seen. But on top of all that, the touchy-feely stuff that, is always important, you got to solve a lot of crimes that a lot of agencies wouldn't be able to solve. Now, I know that comes with the technology that you have, but it also comes with the fact that you guys got people that are working in these spots that are properly trained, that know what they're doing, and because they care about the community, whether they grew up here or whether they live here, their commitment to this community is above everybody else. And when I look at some of the agencies that surround us, I can say that this agency it ranks up at the top. And it's only right for us to be towards the top as well as when it comes to pay. I don't want to sit here and be an agency or a city that trains people to be the best and then we lose them to somebody else to benefit from that. I realize the amount of money that it costs to put a cadet through the academy, have him graduate, train him, then after training him working on his own, becoming proficient, and then start learning an expertise. It takes a long time. And to get to that level and then lose them it's devastating for a department, especially a department that, ours isn't as big as some other departments. So losing 10 people, that's huge. So I'm completely supportive of this. I think it's long overdue. I apologize for letting this get to this point. We should have never lost those 10 people. Hopefully this will entice some of them to come back. But you guys do what you guys are supposed to do. And you guys are very responsive. I mean, I'll tell you, this is one of the stories that when I lived in my old house, my neighbor was an LAPD Metro Lieutenant. And we laughed because there was a burglary of one of our neighbor's house on a Saturday. And you guys ran a dog through there. You guys had fingerprints came out and they did them that night. And we both know, coming from LAPD and the Sheriff's Department, you wouldn't have had fingerprints maybe on Monday. And by then we would have told you, oh, don't touch anything. And then you would have touched something and we would say, oh, it's not even worth doing the fingerprints. But that shows you the level of service that we provide our community. And if we're providing that level of service, we need to at least compensate our employees to be at that level. So I'm happy to see that this is what we're doing. I thank you, staff, for giving us accurate numbers so that we can look at it and make a sound decision. But you guys are definitely deserve this, and I'm thankful that we're able to do this for you guys. That's all I have.
Chris?
I'll keep it short and sweet. Number one, long overdue for sure. Number two, thank you for your patience, and make no mistake about it, come the fiscal year, the start of the new fiscal year, we're gonna make sure you guys stay in top tier. And with that, I just pray for the patience for some of our other staff members across other departments as we work through this, compensation study. Thank you.
Well, my viewpoint is a little bit different from three of my fellow council members that have dealt with all of you directly, obviously knowing the internal workings. But, I've always supported you. You do a great job, and I think, and it goes beyond pay, it goes beyond equipment, it goes beyond technology. It's your heart. And I think that's what I value more than anything, is that you truly care about our community. And the partnership that you have with our fire department is like none other. And our citizens benefit from that because you care. So, I haven't gone on a ride-along in a very, very long time, but I probably will want to do that sometime soon. But to be in a car with any of you and drive around this city, what impresses me the most is that you know this community. It isn't just a job. The officers that I know, this isn't just a job for you. Your heart is in this. And that counts more than anything. So, yeah, it's overdue that we bring you up, but now we're going to do that. We're going to try, God willing, and the creek don't rise, so to speak, and financial, situation stays well, we're going to be able to keep you where you should be. But thank you so much for your service. Thank you for caring. We've had to call you out in our neighborhood a couple of times, and it's pretty doggone impressive to have red and blue lights all over the street, even if it's something fairly simple. So thank you very much for serving our community like you do. And with that, I would ask for a motion and a second. Motion from Councilman Flores, second from Councilperson Burton, and it passes unanimously. Congratulations. Next on the agenda is mayor and council reports. So since our last council meeting, I'll briefly go through a few things. Wednesday, December 14th, along with other council members, we attended the employee Christmas luncheon. Rita Pro and the committee members did a fantastic job of decorating and organizing the luncheon, like always. Thursday, December 15th, I attended the going away party for Rita, Angela Robles, and Yoli Poulter. I'm really going to miss each one of them, but they had an opportunity to go to another agency, two of them in particular, so at least they're still in the area. But, even though you don't want to lose people, if there's an opportunity for someone to advance or, improve their livelihood, you have to support them. Yoli actually found an opportunity to work from home, which she homeschools her kids, so that turned out to be a fantastic opportunity for her. But boy, I'm going to miss those ladies, although they are close. And I've been promised that if we ever need them to come back for a short amount of time, they'll always be available. Right, Chief? On Monday, December 19th, City Manager Reich and I participated in a conference call with other local cities about the regional contract renewal with Inland Empire Utilities Agency and the recycled water issues. And then Councilman Burton and I, along with staff, met with representatives of Majestic Realty Company and SECA regarding zoning and expansion issues. Tuesday, December 20th, met with City Manager Reich, and then also attended a Water Facilities Agency holiday luncheon with the WFA employees and board members. Thursday, December 22nd, virtually attended the Chino DeSalter Authority Finance Committee. And then Monday, yesterday, January 2nd, participated in a conference call with City Manager Reich, Attorney Galante, and two representatives from Pringle and Associates to discuss public relation matters. This Christmas was fantastic. Our son Jimmy and his family were able to come out from Wisconsin and visit. We were able to take everybody to Disneyland, which was crazy busy, but it was still fun. They were very glad to be here because, as you know, our weather that week was really nice. At their home, it was -4, and that's without the wind chill factor. So they were really glad to be out here. But it was nice. New Year's was nice. And I'd like to wish everyone a very blessed 2023. Health is very, very important. Family is very important, and that everybody stays safe. Okay, Mayor Pro Tem Comstock.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to keep my comments short tonight because I have attended a lot of those same events. It just seems like so long ago now that the new year has arrived. Probably my highlight over the past few weeks was the employee luncheon, and I too will miss Rita, Yoli, and Angela, but I'm also wishing them well in their new opportunities. Tonight, it's just, I'd like to just talk about the tragedy with Deputy Cordero and how that's impacted not just our local community, but so many of us have so many friends or family members that work for the Riverside Sheriff's Office. So I just have, just very sentimental about it, because one of the, throughout my career, I spoke at recruits' academy graduations only to have them taken from us far too quickly. And this is just the tragic loss of another local public servant who I just feel so bad for their family. I'm very, very sorry for this tragedy. But that being said, I want to say Happy New Year to our community members and to our staff. And I'm really looking forward to all the good things and the hope and the joy and the promise that 2023 holds for us. I've already reached out to some of our directors and told them I'm looking forward to doing good work with them. So thank you, and I'm ready to get to work and get things done and keep giving Chino good local government. So thank you, Mayor.
Fantastic. Councilmember Burton.
On the 14th, I also attended the employee recognition luncheon with the mayor and with the council. I appreciate all the ongoing dedication and hard work displayed by all of our employees throughout the entire year. It goes unnoticed a lot of times, and the amount of work that is being done, just in your streets, it's ridiculous, and I appreciate everything they've done. Later in the day, I attended the fire board meeting with Councilmember Flores. Congratulations to the new board member, Tom Howie, newly elected, and re-elected was Mike Krieger. On the 15th, I had city orientation all day long here at City Hall. It was very, very interesting and then very enlightening. I appreciate it. Later in the evening on the 15th, I attended the school board meeting, again with Councilman Flores. Congratulations to newly elected board members John Monroe and Sonia Shaw. It was kind of interesting that when they were sworn in, they were immediately placed in positions of leadership on the school board. Sonia Shaw was voted in as president. John Monroe was voted in as vice president. So there's going to be a little bit of a change on the school board going into 2023. So we'll see how the dynamics change or see how they don't change. But it's exciting nonetheless. On the 19th, I attended a meeting with the mayor of Majestic Realty in Sika. And then after, I had my weekly meeting with Linda, the city manager. In closing on my comments, I'd also like to mention Deputy Isaiah Cordero from the Riverside Sheriff's Office. Life is so fragile. Families of police officers send their family members out to do a job that the majority of us would never do, knowing and just taking for granted that they're going to come home at the end of the day. This was a traffic stop that our police officers go through every single day. And I think for the most part, our general public, they just don't understand how dangerous just a typical traffic stop can be. And I so appreciate the work that our police officers do here in town, and all my thoughts and prayers go to Deputy Cordero's family and the Riverside Sheriff's Office. Having said that, Happy New Year to everybody. I'm excited to be on the City Council, and I'm ready to get to work. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Councilmember Flores.
Thank you, Mayor. On the 14th of December, I attended, along with the rest of the council, the Employee Recognition and Holiday Luncheon. That same day, as Councilmember Kurt mentioned, I attended the Chino Valley Fire Department board meeting. And just to kind of keep this short, today, as our Chamber Community Engagement Director, Julia mentioned, I did attend the ribbon cutting for Irma and Hijos services. I got to say, one sweet thing about that was it's just the family business, and the mother there does not speak any English at all, so she had her son translate, and it was just a surreal moment to see, just exactly what Chino is, and it was just, again, a family business. And I think I mentioned before, but I hope to get there with my family within the next couple of years, but we'll see. And with that, I just want to extend my condolences as well to Deputy Cordero and his family, and Happy New Year. Thank you.
Councilmember Lucio.
You know, I attended some of the stuff that you guys have already mentioned. Other than that, I enjoyed the couple of weeks of holiday time. We had a great Christmas. I went down to Texas, picked up my daughter, came back. She flew home today, a little late because she flew out to Orlando and then her flight was canceled. Like most flights have been canceled lately, so she came home today and then had to immediately drive back home. I just want to wish everybody a happy New Year. I'm excited for what we have coming up this year. I think we have a good crew up here. I think we're going to be moving the city in the right direction. I too want to extend my condolences to Deputy Cordero's family. I think the judge that allowed that crook out of jail, I think she should have some repercussions. I don't believe, when law enforcement makes mistakes, we're held to a different standard, but when judges fail to do their jobs and put people in jail when they're supposed to be in jail, everybody seems to turn the other way. So I think she definitely should be, at least if she doesn't resign, she should be recalled for the decisions that she made. I'm hearing that the person that killed him was from Ontario, so that hits locally here, and then obviously Harupa Valley is just on the other side of Eastvale, so it's also locally. This is a dangerous job. My nephew was in the academy class that got rammed by that car. So luckily he was a road guard, so he was in the front, and it missed him. But this is a profession that a lot of people don't realize that just going out there doing your job, you can lose your life. So I'm saddened to see somebody so young taken. But the sadder thing is that it could have been avoided if somebody would have done the right thing. So with that, I'll close and just say I wish everybody a happy new year, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen with the city, and I look forward to getting to work. Thank you.
Well, I think you're I think absolutely correct about the judge, but it goes beyond the judge. I'm praying that the public is finally fed up with what's going on. This has to change from the legislature up in Sacramento. Letting these criminals out, not keeping them in jail. Our governor is even closing down more prisons. This has to stop. And I think it's really time that we hold our state legislatures responsible for the decisions that they're making that are affecting many, many, many lives, many people, because your hands are tied when it comes to enforcing the law. You still do the arrest, you still take them in, but they're let go. There's no excuse for that. It seems like the tendency now is what's wrong is right and what's right is wrong, and that has to stop, and that's only going to stop if the people start rebelling and demanding it to change. And we've got to start doing that. We can't just say, send our condolences, we're really sorry about that. Someone should change something. We're the ones that have to change it. And we have to change it through writing to our legislators and holding them responsible. And we don't do that. So it angers me because we are allowing the people that are changing the laws to get away with changing them without standing up for what we need to stand up for. So, City Attorney Galante.
Thank you, Mayor. No report. Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you. Chief Simmons.
You skipped the city manager.
Oh, I sure did, didn't I? Well, I'll just come back to you.
Maybe I spoke too much tonight.
Thank you, Mayor and members of the City Council. I'd like to share a couple of things with you as well as our community. I talked about our Retail Theft Task Force, and I'd like to share that over the month of December, our Retail Theft Task Force, which was comprised of our personnel at California Highway Patrol and local retailers, ended up making 25 arrests, identified 6 retail theft crews, stored 3 cars, recovered over $14,000 in stolen merchandise. And I'm hoping that's a message to these retail theft, organized crime, that don't come to Chino to commit your crimes, because we will take you to jail. So very proud of our team for doing that. We also have our upcoming Spanish Community Academy. This is a version of our regular community academy, but it's all done in Spanish. So for our Spanish-speaking community who has wanted to attend, but due to a language barrier has been concerned about that, they can come and attend this, and it's all taught in Spanish. And that starts Wednesday, January 25th, goes for 6 weeks to February 22nd, every Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. People can sign up on our Facebook page or call our Community Relations Unit at 909-334-3510.
How are you getting the information out about that to the Spanish-speaking community?
Through our social media.
Okay.
And I'm hoping maybe the champion who's here tonight might cover it as well.
Very good.
And lastly, I just want to thank you on behalf of the men and women of the Chino Police Department for continuing to take care of our officers. Number one, you understand the difficultness of the job that they're doing out there. Your support for Deputy Cordero and his family, and then your support for them. There is a national crisis right now when it comes to recruitment and retention of police officers, and you have made sure that that crisis is not going to hit our community. So thank you very much, and I would like you to know that the Chino Police Department will be attending Deputy Cordero's funeral on behalf of the city of Chino.
Good.
So thank you very much.
Thank you. Chief Williams. Thief.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, community members. A couple things. So the closest thing I ever had to a father was a police chief in the LA area. And there's been a lot of talk tonight, and I can go back probably about 6 years when I was on an engine company. And there's nothing more reassuring than being on a complex incident where you have different missions that you have to accomplish. And I have to keep my focus in one area, and I can look over my shoulder and I can see the Chino Police Department standing right there taking care of the other part of the mission. So when I took this position, I was always going to be about relationships, and I've worked at several fire departments now, 6 to be exact, and I can tell you the Chino Police Department is top notch. And so I appreciate them. I appreciate Chief Simmons and his leadership and their whole command staff, and all the way down to the new person. So you do have the #1 police department, in my opinion. So thank you for your support of them. Secondly, again, on the spirit of relationships, thank you for your grace and understanding for allowing the Chino Valley Fire District to step up their game and acquire some of your personnel. I'm going to go on record.
I wouldn't say we allowed it. I think you stole it.
I'm going to go on record. I'm going to go on record because you brought it up and say yes. If there's anything you ever need from us, you ask, and we're going to make sure. And just like tomorrow, I think I got a late call this afternoon about a request for someone from our organization that happens to speak Mandarin that can assist the city, and it's that quick. It's an ask and it's a yes. And so we cleared schedules to make sure that we can assist, and that's what we'll always commit to doing. In regards to the ambulances, the plane has finally landed, so I just wanted to make the council aware that the RFP is in the county. It's now out for bid, and so over these next several weeks leading up to when that process closes, Chino Valley Fire District, along with the other fire chiefs and our potential private partner that we have, are going to continue to work towards making sure the most important thing for all of us is that we're going to hopefully acquire that contract so that we can meet the community needs at the level that that the council expects, that my board expects, and that the community members will appreciate. So we're excited that there's a lot of good work, but 2023 is going to be a good year, we believe, and we're going to secure that contract successfully.
Well, and if there's anything that we can do to help, let us know.
Thank you for that.
And you have to promise you can take care of our girls.
I will. I can't afford to let them go, so I need them to stay there. And then finally, we, as always, the month of December is the busiest time of year for the fire district. We are involved in a lot of things, as our police partners are. The big one for us, the Make a Child Smile event, had no less than probably over a dozen sworn officers there from Chino PD to support that effort. So thank you to Chino PD, CIM, CHP, Cal Fire Prado, everybody that was involved in the council supported that. So thank you very much, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too. And City Manager Reich, sorry I skipped you.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to make the council and the community aware that the city will be once again partnering with the County of San Bernardino to conduct the point-in-time count. That'll be on I don't know the day of the week, but it's on the 26th of this month. And so how that works is we put our team together, Community Services, Police Department, and we go out into the community from 6 a.m. to 10, and we count the number of homeless that we find in our community.
6 to 10 at night?
In the morning.
Oh, just in the morning?
Just in the morning. And the reason they do that, because they believe that the people would still probably be sleeping or out in the public where we can find them.
Oh.
That's the reason they do it in the morning. So last year, we counted 23, and the rule of thumb is if you have 23, you probably times that by 3, and that's the true number that you have. So last year, the county had 3,333. The year before, they had 3,125. So the difference that was 209 were found sheltered, and 1 was found unsheltered, which is making a difference, the transitional housing that's going up in the county and the shelters that are going up in the county. So while we were up 208 in general, many of those were sheltered. So that's positive. And then secondly, I'd like to thank the Police Association for bringing joy by taking the sled around like you do every Christmas, and they were kind enough to come by my house so that I know they didn't know I lived there. I'm sure it was a surprise. And my kids got to go out and see Santa. So I thank you for that. And Happy New Year, everybody. This year, the City of Chino is going to do better things like we've done every year. So we're looking forward to that.
Terrific.
Thank you.
Well, and I have to say, you know, I think 2023 is going to be a really good year, but I always reflect back as well. And we are very, very blessed to have had generations over the last couple of hundred years that really cared about this community. The planning, the zoning, that we have such a large industrial and commercial area, you know, and we've built on their legacies and continued to improve this community. So we're going to have a great 2023, but we also have to be very thankful for what we've had in our past as well. So with that, we are adjourning in memory of Deputy Isaiah Cordero. And I would once again also please remind people that this has to change, and that change is going to have to come from us. So our next meeting of the City Council will be a strategic plan and goal-setting workshop on Tuesday, January 10th at 9 a.m. at the Chaffee College Chino Community Center located at 5890 College Park Avenue. Our next regular meeting of the City Council will be held on Tuesday, January 17th at 7 o'clock with closed session at 6 p.m. if necessary. With that, we are adjourned.